It was the failure of the bureaucracy and our engineering system.
Yes.
So, in comparison to their failure, whatever minimum job I did there, that appeared to be a
Indira Paryawaran Bhavan was magnificent in many ways, sir. It was the first net zero government building. Building of such magnitude definitely is challenging, sir.
First of all, I don't look at that project as most challenging or tough project.
You have been associated with Central Vista project, which is as on date in our country one of the most important projects. How have you planned about the Central Vista, sir?
That's a big project, 20,000 crore project. Out of that, Parliament building is around 1300 crore. First and foremost, that was the first time I realized how CPWD was far superior than many other departments in the country. They were literally considering me like a god. I stopped all that. I said, I am a part of you and I am a normal human being only. No decision can be 10 out of 10 positive. Nowhere in the earth.
Correct. How do you see civil engineering in today's era, sir?
At the moment, it is a true crisis and a kind of totally adverse situation. Many engineering.
So hello everyone, welcome to another video in my channel. I'm Manas Dey, an IAS officer, executive engineer in CPWD. And today we have with us a very prominent person. We have with us Shri P, Bhagat Singh, and he is currently ADG CPWD. Sir has been an instrumental person in planning and designing the Central Vista project, and sir has also taken very active participation as chief engineer in new parliament building which has been constructed. And before that, sir has done Indira Paryawaran Bhawan. Those of you who are in Delhi must be knowing about it. It's the first net zero government building of India. So, sir, welcome to our channel, sir, and it's an honor to have you in our channel, sir.
Thank you, Manas.
Sir, this channel is about civil engineering. It's about aspiring civil engineers, and as aspiring civil engineers, we often see that most of us, especially in today's generation, don't want to take civil engineering, sir, because of the challenging job opportunities which we are getting here. There are not better job opportunities in the private sector, and IT sector is booming in terms of salaries. So how do you see civil engineering in today's era, sir?
Right. First of all, nothing wrong about looking for job opportunities and employability. Obviously, in the present day world, many other professions have good opportunities.
Yeah.
But what I see is this professional stability and success also is a cyclic process. I foresee that in the coming times to come, again civil engineering will be most demanding and flourishing also, because at the moment it is a true crisis and a kind of totally adverse situation. Many engineering institutions also, most of the vacancies in civil engineering discipline remain unfulfilled.
Yes.
So, in that adversity, a kind of opportunity also lies. That's what I see. So, like I mentioned, it is a cyclic process. Long back when I was opting for civil engineering, when I got admitted in Polytechnic, that time it was the most preferred option of civil engineering discipline. So I foresee similar situation to reoccur in the time to come.
Okay.
So that is the...
Yeah. Coming to your Polytechnic, sir, could you please brief us about your education? Because a lot of us are confused whether we should go for diploma, and even if you have done diploma, whether we should directly jump onto the job, or we should do our BTechs, or further we should go continue our MTech and after that jump onto the job. So just tell us a brief about your educational profile, sir.
In one sense, such decisions are unique depending on each individual.
Yes.
But I would like to give information to the extent possible. Of course, I decided to do diploma initially because there was so much of guarantee of getting a job after completion of diploma, and we were not sure of getting admission in a degree also. So my beginning has started that way. Rather, it was a kind of arranged marriage. The way I chose civil engineering, it was the decision of my father, because that used to be the most preferred option of engineering. So in the competitive exam also I was the topper. So I chose civil engineering. I did a diploma and I stood out to be topper in the state of Andhra Pradesh.
Okay.
So thereafter this question and dilemma came. Many people switched over to jobs. Obviously, as a human being, I was also tempted to do the job, but I consciously decided. Now I realize that it was a right decision in my case. I decided to continue with my education. So I was having an option of doing BTech also, but I thought it was taking 4 years time. So there is another option which is equivalent to BTech. We call it AMIE,
Okay.
which that examination is conducted by Institution of Engineers.
Okay.
So I got an opportunity to complete it in 2.5 years.
Okay.
So then thereafter again I decided to myself not to join the job, although I was tempted with so many offers. I did MTech in IIT Madras in structural engineering. So during MTech I appeared for this engineering services examination 1989. I got selected and joined in CPWD in 1991 as assistant executive engineer.
Nice.
So thereafter the journey continued and I held various positions: executive engineer, superintending engineer, chief engineer.
Yeah.
Then now I am in the position of additional DG.
Yes.
So
We'll talk about your entire career, sir, in the questions to come in the session. Sir, one question regarding CPWD, sir. Most people hear CPWD only when there is a crisis or there is a headline. Say, suppose some structure failed or suppose some lacuna came. Only at that point of time, CPWD is highlighted. But rarely, sir, our projects are actually delivered. I was talking to some people, sir, and most of them don't even know that Central Vista project or new Parliament building, these are being handled by CPWD. They know that yes, Tata Projects has done it. So, how do you think that whether it's a good thing, sir, or whether it's a bad thing, and how do you think CPWD should go ahead in terms of publicity? Is it a good thing, or we should not do much publicity because we are a government sector? What do you think about it, sir?
first of all, it is nothing new. It is a universal phenomena. Whenever you do something good, you may not get appreciation, but whenever you do something shortcoming is there, it gets spread up like anything. So first of all, we should not worry about it. We should focus on publicity. Definitely, it is not a wrong thing. When I say publicity, instead of publicity, I like to use the word better and effective communication with the end user departments.
Okay.
I think that is missing at all stages in our department. Although at individual level, many of the officers like you, me, or few other officers are maintaining that. But at institutional level, that constant communication mechanism is missing. When I say communication about the facts and realities. Suppose when I am held up due to some problem regarding the progress of work. Right time, if we interact with the client departments and if we are able to make him convince that these are some problems which are not that easily surmountable, 90% possibility is there that client departments would agree with our difficulties and predicaments, and there will be a good understanding, and they do not develop any negative impression or image about CPWD. And this is being done by many of our officers at individual levels. Excellent examples are also there. Some time ago, one chief engineer was there, Chinna Swami. I think we need to learn so many things from him, although there were other criticisms which are not relevant here. So that point of time, everybody in the Karnataka state was knowing Central PWD, because a lot of interactive sessions he was holding. So to some extent we also experimented with those interactive sessions, but we need to sustain them on a persistent scale. A lot of proactive interactions with the client departments we need to organize. So that will go a long way in building a good image about the department.
Do you think we should publicize our good projects in media as well, sir?
Definitely.
Yeah.
We need to find a mechanism. Unlike corporate sector or private sector, we don't have a mechanism as such exclusively for publicity. But there are other methods by which we can do it. We should do it.
Moving on to the next question, sir. Sir, you are known for delivering projects on time, sir. And ever since the start of your project, I have read a lot about your profile, sir. And I know that in the start of your project as executive engineer, you have worked in Coach Bihar. That's one of the remotest areas. Even today also, it's a remote area, sir. In 1991, when you were working, definitely it would have remained very remote area as compared to Delhi or Hyderabad or Mumbai. So, how did you manage to execute projects on time in such a challenging place where procuring materials on time, keeping different parties on board in the project itself is a challenge? How did you do that, sir?
See, it's all about our mental preparation. Whenever some area is identified as a hard area, by certain measures that gets reduced to normal area.
Yeah.
Meaning, hardship, so far as individuals are concerned, could be in terms of cost of living, cost of transport, so many other things. So that's why we are given hard area allowances. That to a large extent compensates for that. When it comes to work front, there are so many hardships contractors face. We as executing authorities, we need to rightly understand what are the problems being faced by the contractor. Then we have to duly quantify those problems and adequately take into consideration in our rate justifications and all that. So with that approach, those difficulties will get reduced to normal situation and projects get executed in time.
Okay.
So I have noticed not only in Coach Bihar, I worked on deputation for some time in Andaman Nicobar Islands also. So our ability, we are after all engineers, everything we need to quantify. So we should be able to quantify their difficulties also.
Yes.
And accordingly take care of that, take care of them, and which is missing in many of the cases.
Yes.
So this is what we call empathy, which is required in all domains and spheres of our working also. I need to know what really the problem you are facing as my subordinate, or I need to understand how client is getting bothered about his expectations. So I need to empathize with them. So the same empathy with the contractors and other stakeholders also will help in resolution of the problems, and solution automatically comes.
Right. Since you have mentioned about Andaman and Nicobar Islands, sir, I know that you have worked in state PWD in Andaman and Nicobar Island, and definitely that must have been a different exposure. So here I would ask a few questions about it, sir. My first question to you is that how do you see the working environment difference, or the working conditions are different in state government as compared to central government? If you first of all come to that.
First and foremost, that was the first time I realized how CPWD was far different from any other departments, far superior than many other departments in the country. That's where I have realized for the first time that the systems and procedures are so well defined in CPWD. They bring about lot of transparency and efficiency in delivery also. So that in my exposure to Andaman PWD, I took it in positive way to realize to what extent CPWD is far better than other departments. That has instilled a lot of confidence in me.
Yes.
That is one thing. Secondly, although I should not say Andaman PWD is inferior,
Yeah.
but it was facing lot of problems so far as procedural propriety and so many things are concerned. But I also realized and experienced that once we maintain a good balance, good communication with all the people involved, we can easily overcome the situation also. And in one sense, Andaman was one of the best experiences so far as my technical experience is also concerned. That is where I always tell people, and I also feel all along, that we always get an opportunity in adversity. I would not rather say it as a hard area. That hardship I have forgotten when I have come out of Andaman PWD, because the outcome was so technically enriching and rewarding. So I felt it was worth taking little bit of hardship and challenge. So in Andaman, actually, I got the rare opportunity to work on a full-fledged runway extension project and one tidal power project and two major bridges across Sea Creek and so many other road and building works as usual, and minor irrigation projects also.
Wow.
So that was a most memorable experience and technically enriching also. So I would rather not treat it as a hard area any longer. With the present day mode of communication, both travel communication and otherwise mobile communication.
Yeah. So one way of seeing it is that if you see in terms of state government and central government functionaries, sir, there is a structural difference.
Yes.
We are more structured as compared to state government. There it needs to be more, and we are more transparent as compared to that. But at the same time, in state government, as you said, sir, especially in Andaman and Nicobar Island, you have got a variety of work, diversity in work,
yes,
which is otherwise missing in
Yes.
any of the departments.
Yes. When somebody talks of CPWD, this is one good thing about CPWD. Lot of opportunities for serving with other departments while you are continuing your original position in CPWD. That's what we call as a deputation postings.
Yes.
So like I worked in Andaman PWD, I got enriching experience. So many other organizations like National Highway Authority of India, you get an opportunity to go on deputation for some time. Like DMRC and other metro projects, people are tempted to take people from CPWD on deputation to their own departments.
Yes.
So that throws immense opportunities for our technical exposure as well as other overall construction management exposure also.
Yes. Sir, like you said that, when we go to hard area or when we get an hard area posting, definitely it gets compensated in terms of monetary benefits as well as in terms of working conditions also when we factor in other conditions. But despite that, sir, when we are choosing a service, definitely people are hesitant to work in remote area, especially when they get this posting, they think that ye kya mil gaya mujhe and I should not go, or how to avoid it. So how do you see that hard area posting in terms of personal life suffering? Means like somebody's wife is working or somebody's children are studying in some school, and at that point of time they may think that getting a hard area may be difficult for me to manage my family, to manage my work. So how do you see, and how was your experience in hard area, sir?
No, it is true to some extent that will come in the way of our smooth personal life. But as you know, any decision is a combination of certain positive factors and certain limitations also.
Definitely.
We should be all along conscious about those limitations also. When I take a decision to join CPWD or for that matter any other department also, see, nowhere in the, not only the country, nowhere in the world, we have exposure with so many people working in US, Europe, Australia, and we have in-depth discussions and deliberations on work-life balance and so many other aspects.
Yes.
So what we understand, and you also may realize to a large extent, no decision can be 10 out of 10
Yes.
positive, nowhere in the earth.
Correct.
Ultimately, for my situation, some decision offers 7 positive points, 3 shortcomings. Some other decision offers 5 positive points, 5 shortcomings. So I choose the one with maximum positive points, which outweigh the shortcomings.
Yes.
So I should not forget that I have taken a decision consciously that there could be some shortcomings also.
Yes.
And we should be, first of all, mental preparation is the most important thing. We should all be prepared, and we should take the family also into confidence. And to a large extent, government procedures are there to take care of these difficulties also. Timely education transfers can cause disturbance to education of children also. Wife and husband working together. To a large extent, there are procedures which accommodate the difficulties.
Yes.
To some extent where they could not be accommodated, we have to accept them as part of the
Yes.
job. So we have to, on the whole, we have to see in totality,
Yes.
not in isolation.
Right.
Not in isolation. For that matter, slightly deviating from office, whether it is personal life, marriage, or whatever it is, whatever is the decision, I keep saying this. We take the decision based on, again I am repeating, whether it is personal decision also. Suppose I am marrying someone. At the time of marriage also, I consider these are the 7 points, positive points. 3 I have ignored. So throughout my life, I should cherish those 7 points. And those 3 points which I have ignored, I should ignore.
Yes.
If my wife is beautiful, I should cherish that beauty throughout the life.
Yes.
Not that after 1 year you will stop cherishing the beauty and start. She may be shorter or some other shortcoming may be there we have ignored.
Yes.
Then thereafter we look at that shortcoming in a magnifying glass, which is not correct. So I feel these are all known even before we take a decision, and we should psychologically, mentally accept those decisions. Once we accept them psychologically, you have a good solution also, and that's not going to end up as a big problem.
Yes.
So,
all right, sir. Now we'll come to one of the most important projects that you have executed for our country, sir. Indira Paryawaran Bhawan, sir. Indira Paryawaran Bhawan was magnificent in many ways, sir. I find it very magnificent because first, it was the first net zero government building, sir. Now, in a government setup, bringing even a small change takes a lot of effort, sir. And bringing a whole new concept altogether for building of such magnitude definitely is challenging, sir. So I just want to know that how did you overcome the challenges of introducing something new concept and that too with so many disciplinaries working on it, like there will be a lot of ministries working involved in it. So how did you overcome the challenge of introducing something new? We are usually resistant to having something new, sir.
Right. So, first of all, I don't look at that project as most challenging or tough project, because any project, for that matter, any new decision, it has a lot to do with our mental inhibitions.
Yes.
Mental inhibitions, which are self-imposed limitations, they are blocking us from taking a right decision and moving forward. So, similar inhibitions are there in the minds of many officers in the department whenever some new technologies are implemented. So, but what I feel is, unless we implement the new technologies ourselves, we will not come to know ourselves what are all the limitations, and we will not be able to progress forward. So, for getting confidence, we need to have completeness of adequacy of the information first of all, and the ability to take little bit of calculated risks. Any decision is associated with some calculated risks. So we must be ready to take calculated risks. And one thing I have noticed in that project and otherwise also, whenever we do not have a past experience of doing something, there is one excellent method of, I call it as a questioning method. Like in Indira, Paryawaran, Bhawan, first time we did a fully automated parking in any government building in the country.
Okay.
Fully automated parking in government building is more complex, because before that fully automated, we call it a robotic guided parking, wherein the movement of the driver is up to the lift lobby only. Thereafter, robotic dolly take care of all the movements, whether it is in third basement, fourth basement, or whatever it is. Again, while retrieving the car, one has to use the smart card, and from the third basement you are standing in ground floor, the car will be retrieved. So now it is not a new thing as on today.
Yes.
But when we were doing in government, as you said, there are inhibitions in the government also. And before that, only in public buildings that was done. Maybe when appropriate time comes, I will explain the challenge, technical challenge, in comparison to the challenges becomes more complex, because in public buildings, office buildings, all the people come at a concentrated time of morning 9:30, 10. All the people leave at same time, around same time in the evening. Whereas in other shopping malls or some other public buildings, they are scattered all over the day.
Yes.
So that concentrated incoming vehicle and outgoing vehicle throws further challenges.
Yes.
So now I am basically civil engineer. So many of us in the department were also not confident about doing it, because we never did it. Unless I do it for the first time, who will be able to do second time? So I said we should be able to do it, and we should do it. And we were, like I always do in other cases also with any other situations, I always get prepared for the worst scenario. That's a kind of a mental preparation for taking the calculated risk. I am ready with that minimum risk that is anticipated. So then we proceed. So I am coming to this point. People generally quite often look only for the past experience. Whereas when I do not have past experience, utilizing the official position, I have the capability to raise as many questions as possible,
To the
and seek answers to the experts available in the field. So with that approach, first stage I could gain the information and knowledge about the system. Then I went on to the critical component. Somewhere in Bombay, one project was initially executed. I asked those people, what is the most critical technical component in the project? They said all are important. So I kept on probing into those things. Then they came out saying that, sir, this so-and-so dimension is a critical component, where there we have gone wrong. And again, what are all the most critical aspects so far as project management is concerned, where you got stuck up, where you took more time than anticipated. So with all that information, a kind of copy paste only.
Yes.
For copying and repeating the experience of somebody also, we need to have that confidence, and we should not feel shy of copying also, and we should move ahead. And ultimately in that process, we have refined our methodology also. We ended up in a better project than what other people have done also.
Yes.
So this questioning method, in one sense, many a time in interviews also, job interviews, I would like to tell this point. Many a time interviewers say, when you do not have past experience, how do you cope up with the situation?
Yes.
One of the answers is, with confidence, there are methods available for gathering information. These days, even more options are available through EA or whatever. Although this cannot totally substitute for the past experience, but at the same time, to a large extent, we can substitute for that.
Yes. Yes.
So Indira, Paryawaran, Bhawan, so many other new techniques were adopted, and there were critical questions also. But that was the only process by which we learn and improve upon. Like one of the most important things was energy conservation, air conditioning system. that is called chilled beam air conditioning system. I think only 2 or 3 buildings in the country it is there.
Okay.
Although initial cost is little more, its energy consumption is almost half of the regular air conditioning systems. So like that, so many energy conservation systems we have adopted. Like geothermal heat exchange system.
Yes.
In that building it is there. So many such new systems we have adopted. And that building has the largest rooftop solar power plant. So what I say is nothing really so challenging, but it is about, as I said, removing all psychological and mental inhibitions and moving forward.
For those of you who don't know, Indira Paryawaran Bhawan is the first net zero building of our country. Net zero government building of our country, I would say. Net zero means that whatever energy consumption is there in the building and whatever energy we are able to generate in the building, the basic equation of this net zero is that total energy consumed minus total energy produced should be zero. So this is how it is. I think, sir,
I will add little information so that one can easily understand. That building, these days any building we design according to ECBC norms, Energy Conservation Building Code norms.
Yes.
That especially the buildings we construct in CPWD, we design according to that. Even according to that, the energy consumption, annual consumption was coming to 21 lakh units. But by adopting additional green building measures and so many other energy conservation systems, which are not fundamentally the part of ECBC guidelines, we have brought it down to 14 lakh units.
Okay.
There is a substantial decrease in the energy demand of the building.
As compared to normal buildings.
As compared to normal building. Had it been normal building, it would have been 21 lakh units per year.
Okay.
So we could bring it down to 14 lakh units. Then this rooftop solar power plant, we planned in such a way that it would generate 14 lakh units of energy over a period of 1 year. It is not balancing on daily basis or monthly basis, because as you know very well, solar energy, that generation is not constant during the entire period.
Yes.
But over a period of 1 year, we will be generating 14 lakh units and consuming similar amount. So that's why it is net zero. In fact, it was initially net positive energy.
Okay.
See, our precise requirement was 13.2 lakh units and we were generating slightly above 14 lakh units. So it was net positive. So these days quite often people talk of net positive energy, so that we end up generating more than what we need or what we consume.
Definitely, sir. Through your words and by learning you, we will be able to make more such kind of net positive buildings, net energy positive buildings in future. Sir, we'll now move to next section, sir. Sir, you have been associated with Central Vista project, which is as on date in our country one of the most important projects. So you have been involved in the initial planning phase, sir, and then in further projects. We'll talk about it a little bit, sir. So how have you faced the challenges and how have you planned about the Central Vista, sir? Because you were there as chief engineer in Central Vista, sir. So let us know about it, sir.
I don't know how many of us are outside, they are aware of it. Central Vista project is the flagship project of the Government of India. That is for streamlining of administration. So many office buildings and so many things are there. And one of the important constituents was the new parliament building of the country. Initially, I was the lone chief engineer who was involved in planning and coordination of so many things. Subsequently, the team has increased. So it was primarily a COVID project. We call it in our normal informal parlance, because the entire planning for the Central Vista project was done in COVID-1 and execution in COVID-2 and 3. And this is one unique and best example of the sayings many of us know. Opportunities lie in adversities,
Yes.
right? But it is about realizing that saying and deriving confidence out of that saying and implementing it. So, COVID-1 planning, I would not claim that we did a great thing. That Parliament planning and Central Vista planning, that's a big project, 20,000 crore project. Out of that, Parliament building is around 1300 crore. Apart from value, its importance is their highest importance. So, I always take it as a positive way of opportunity in the adversity. We all are in the grip of COVID pandemic, which was so unprecedented, swept entire world. So many people were dying and suffering. So, what is the way to escape attention out of that adversity? The right and positive way of diversion is sit on planning. Not that we did very great thing. Probably we wanted to escape from that fear. We are caught up in the series of lockdowns. We were anyway sitting in the house only. So instead of keeping worrying about COVID and all that, best way of diversion is that's how we have utilized. So that is first time I for one involved in a lot of online deliberations.
Okay.
So many people were sitting across the country. Some are there abroad also. So we have rightly utilized the time. So far as planning is concerned, when it comes to project as a whole, again, I don't. It's the way we look at it as a challenge. It is not that challenging one way, provided we are mentally prepared for taking up the challenge. On the other hand, it is a highly challenging project.
Yes.
See, so many technical issues are there, but considering the worldwide scenario, they are not that much technical challenges.
Yeah. Yeah.
See,
That was there.
probably in relative sense, in comparison to many other projects, we may find it as a more technically complex, but no technical problem was that insurmountable. So those were within our technical capability only.
Yes.
The most important challenge, if I may talk of one single challenge, that is the maximum number of stakeholders.
Yes.
Like in any other project, the stakeholder will be a particular owner.
Yes.
Here it is a public project. Almost everybody in the country is the stakeholder. Starting from member of parliament, all ministers, Lok Sabha speaker, Lok Sabha secretariat, Rajya Sabha secretariat, and Prime Minister's office, all are stakeholders, and accordingly, decision making process is a complex process. So that was the challenge. So if you ask me, I can explain how we have overcome that challenge.
Please, sir. Please, we would like to know.
See, especially I am keeping in mind my viewers who are really aspiring for
Yes.
career maybe in CPWD or elsewhere. So with the expectation that they will be having that concept in mind, either before joining the job or after joining the job also. So many decisions are to be taken. There are so many challenges involved. When it comes to technical challenge, I should not say that those challenges are insurmountable, considering the technical complexities in the present day world. We should not treat them as so much big challenges. But several techniques, several new systems we have adopted to overcome those challenges. It was not a routine project, that also I should say. But if I may say one single most important challenge, that is about the number of stakeholders.
Yes.
Like any other project, few owners and a few other people will be the
clients.
Clients will be there. Here almost everyone in the country is a stakeholder. And when it comes to top establishment also, starting from members of parliament, we have 800 members of parliament.
Yes.
Everybody has right to express their opinion. So many ministries, Prime Minister's office. So with that entire gamut of galaxy of stakeholders, so decision making becomes a challenge.
Yes.
So I would like to emphasize upon how we could make successful in decision making,
Yes.
which will be required in for that matter any other project also.
Hmm.
We all know, and quite obviously we say that decision making has to be fast and prompt so as to expedite the projects. But finally, when one tends to take the decisions, people are caught up. So 2 points I would like to emphasize for the benefit of all. Like for decision making, either I am myself the decision maker or somebody else, right? In both cases, we have a role to play. So first, if I am the decision maker, why I am not able to make decisions in many cases? What is so great about decision making? According to my perception, people are caught up in dilemma and ambiguities. As a result, they are not able to move forward. We have two extreme examples of decision making scenario in department and elsewhere also. Like one set of people in the name of decision making, they take decisions in hurry. Suppose behind that decision there are 10 considerations. Without looking into those considerations, they take a decision. They caught up in some audit and vigilance problem. That will send a negative message to the future decision makers.
Yes.
They will be afraid of without knowing the reason. They tend to wrongly think that if any decision is taken, vigilance or audit problem will be there. That's a wrong perception. That wrong decision came because none of the considerations were taken into account while taking the decision. There is another extreme set of people who are too cautious about decision making. All the 10 considerations they try to balance and give same priority. So fundamentally the point is, whenever we take a decision, all the 10 considerations cannot be equal.
Yes.
That is the most important point. We need to differentiate which are the 2 or 3 most important considerations and which are the 7 or 8 less important considerations. So our focus should be on that prioritization. So many examples I will be in a position to give. So once we make that prioritization, we will be able to give the decision.
Right.
Like during the project also, suppose quality, safety on one hand, cost, time on the other hand, and so many other considerations.
Right.
Engineering is all about making a balance between all these considerations. Yes. Obviously, we have to keep in account all the considerations. But the important point is all cannot be equal.
Yes.
I cannot afford to ignore cost aspect. I cannot afford to ignore time aspect. But when conflict comes, my priority has to be clear. And many a time I took a firm decision, even at the top levels, that I cannot compromise or afford to ignore on quality and safety issues. Come what may, cost and time is secondary in this case. Although I am also equally concerned about time and cost. So that kind of prioritization is required. Similarly, I am talking of the considerations behind that decision. And many a time 10 stakeholders are involved with my decision. I should not aim to satisfy all the 10. This rule applies to any administrative decision in the department or anywhere also. The moment I try to satisfy all the people involved, I will never be able to take a decision.
Yes.
So I have to go with the value and principle behind it. Or another criteria is majority of the people are considered satisfied, and some will always remain satisfied in the system.
Yes.
So if I attempt to satisfy everybody, I will not be able to decide. So these are the fundamental things behind decision making. So that is one of the crucial aspects. Now, another important aspect is, many cases I may not be the decision maker. See, in department also people tend to think all the time, I am only assistant executive engineer, new recruiting. I may not be able to take decision. That time they think executive engineer is superpower. When he or she becomes executive engineer, he or she thinks, no, I am not that competent to take decisions. This is again a psychological issue. According to me, at all level, people are capable of taking decisions. If they are not able to take a decision at their level, they should act as enablers. They should garner the support of everybody and get the decision done. That's what precisely my role was. To a large extent, I could play that role. But the important aspect I am highlighting is we should act as enabler. I should take the issue to the appropriate forum right up to the topmost, the way it is required, and get the decision done. In that process, I should step into the shoes of the decision maker. If I am Prime Minister, if I am so and so, what will be the considerations I will, what will be the questions I will raise before taking a decision? I should be in a position to provide satisfying answers to those questions so that whoever is the decision making authority, in the first instance itself, they are so convinced and confident about the information provided, they will be comfortable in giving the decision also.
Yes.
So we should not leave it to the higher authorities that they will automatically give the decision. No, nothing is automatic in the system, entire world. We have to proactively pursue the matters. So finally, these are the things.
It's interesting to know that, sir, because we have seen two parliament buildings. One was constructed in 1900s, 1910 to 1920, and another was constructed in 2020. And in both the scenarios, there were catastrophes. In the first time, there was First World War, and second time there was COVID. Both of these were a major roadblocks or hindrances, sir. And I think that the way you have perceived the process of decision making, I think this may have helped us in getting the faster execution of the Parliament project. We know that first time it was constructed, it was delayed by 7-8 years. But this time we were all on time and we were able to complete the project on time. Do you think that this might have helped, sir? I personally think that it must have helped.
Yes, sir. First of all, let us not compare. The circumstances and situations vary from time to time. But one single point I would like to emphasize is, this is universally known to all of us, any one of us, but it is about implementing. Whether this project or any other highly complex technical project also. Equally important is the human perspective. People know, but it is about realization and implementing and doing it. First and foremost thing is owning the project. Whoever is the competent authority, like many other projects may be within the competence of executive engineer or SCR chief engineer only. The moment we own the project, it's done. Many solutions are clear. This is one unique example of ownership at the topmost level. Political will, administrative will. So that has helped a great deal in finding the solutions for so many problems, which we otherwise perceive kind of impossible and insurmountable problems.
Yes.
So ownership, I should really own the project. That is the key behind this entire Central Vista project.
Right, sir. How do you personally draw a line, sir? I mean, if there is a lot of media attention and all those things, then we have to draw a line, because essentially what does media do? It brings transparency to any process. But if we let too much of media attention or too much of public attention come into our project, the project gets affected. So do you think that we should draw a line somewhere between transparency, speed, and not letting the project become a debate club? Do you think this is required, sir?
Yes, some dividing line is to be defined. That is, in fact, we also did with the support of the government. So far as the issues, the dividing line is whether the issue is purely exclusive to the project, or those are the issues really impacting the public at large. But media or whoever, they tend to mix up so many issues. Somebody would say ki, why this is earthquake resistant 4, 5 and all those things. So at one point of time, we put an end to those debates.
Mm.
So we internally also felt confident that we are not stopping the transparency.
Mm.
Whatever is transparently required to be communicated right up to the public level,
Mm.
that we were open and transparent also really.
Mm.
So this differentiation is required, as you say. You used one word, big ticket project.
Yes.
Maybe not your question, suddenly it struck to my mind. It's an advice to people also, whoever is watching this thing. That's quite often happening with our people in the department also. We should not look at the glamour associated with the project. We should not look at whether some project is big or small.
Mm.
Quite often there is a tendency, sir, what big projects you are doing.
Mm.
According to me, instead of looking what I am doing, more important is how I am doing, how I am really able to contribute more and more to the society. Going with that concept, although there is always a difference between discipline of engineering and discipline of engineering, employability wise, remuneration wise, there could be differences. But what is satisfying in the long run is your internal satisfaction.
Yes.
It may appear to be a philosophy which is to be followed at a late age. Not so. At any age, irrespective of age, this philosophy holds good. In civil engineering, that opportunity of direct outreach to the public and doing service and deriving satisfaction out of that service is visibly seen. So that also many of us should keep in mind, those who are aspiring, not aspiring for civil engineering. This is a point to be noted. And those who are already in the civil engineering profession. So very few other professions give that opportunity of direct public outreach.
Yes.
I'm not comparing or saying kind of partisan approach which is better or which is not better, but each has pros and cons. This is one important aspect. When it comes to satisfaction, my own example in Andaman PWD, when I went on deputation to Andaman PWD, I was doing small things which gave me so much of satisfaction, lasting satisfaction all over the career. Even parliament building construction has not given to me.
Okay.
Because probably they were craving for a job to be done. I didn't do anything great, or I did all normal things. But like so many scattered villages used to be there. One village like 5,000, 6,000 people. They were craving for road, water supply and electricity for years together. It was the failure of the bureaucracy and our engineering system.
Yes.
So, in comparison to their failure, whatever minimum job I did there, that appeared to be a great task for them. They were literally considering me like a god. You will not believe. When I was going there, they were putting harati and all that. I stopped all that. I said, I am a part of you and I am a normal human being only. And it's not about my greatness. It was the desperation with which they were doing. The point I am trying to tell is, that is the opportunity of direct public outreach and the satisfaction behind the service we are rendering.
Yes.
The job may be few lakhs only, one small job only, which we might address in the first year of my diploma course only. But the end satisfaction we are deriving. So, civil engineering profession, that is one important aspect. So long as the universe remains, need for civil engineering will remain. And people should not be hesitant to opt for that. Present day, lot of crisis is there. Already there is a serious death of civil engineering professionals. So instead of looking at it as an adverse thing, you look at it as an opportunity. Because this is the time when people enter into civil engineering profession, they stand lot of excellent opportunities in future.
Yes, as we see in other graphs also, even if you see in the market, when the market goes down, it's the right time to invest, sir. Instead of investing in times when the market is at all-time high. So right now market is down for civil engineer. This is the right time for us to opportunity. Sir, I would just this podcast is getting a little bit bigger, sir. But I'd just like to know one most important thing that is the say of the time now, right now, sir. Nowadays, it's about work-life balance. You have given so much of your time to so important project. What's your take on work-life balance, sir?
So far as I am concerned, I maintained an excellent balance. According to me, CPWD doesn't have anything inherent which prevents us from making a work-life balance. It all depends on me as an individual and my understanding and communication with my nuclear family and extended family. So I should not say this is a problem, but this is a universal question. Wherever you are, whatever profession you are, wherever in the world, this is a widely discussed topic. According to me, 2-3 things are important. According to me, I didn't read or interact with anybody. It's my own perceptions. May coincide with general perceptions. First and foremost, in the name of work-life balance, we should not try to equate the time being spent in office and home front. It's not about that. Main thing we should avoid, which generally people do as a mistake, or that is the lesson in my initial days also, the work domain and personal domain should not be mixed up. That has a lot to do with your mental makeup. Initially, I also did that mistake, but it didn't take more than a few months for me to realize. Thereafter, I maintained all along. Suppose in the work spectrum, I come across some tough challenge or something, that worry you or I may carry home with the emotional anxiety to share and discuss, I or you may discuss with family members. We may not get a solution many a time. We end up worrying throughout the night.
Yes.
But instead of worrying, we should be constructively switch over to thought mode. See, the moment we leave office, we should not carry those thoughts to home. Really, people tend to think that overnight also I am thinking on that. What they are really doing is not thinking, but they are worrying, compounding the problem. So it may appear to be a little theory only, but I can tell with confidence, all along I have adopted that. So I realized I also did that mistake in the first few months. Thereafter I made a strong resolution. Office matters should not be transferred to the wife, children and all that.
Yes.
So that makes a clear segregation of the official domain and personal domain. That is one thing. Second is about time management. I myself have realized, and I all along say right from beginning, and everybody talks of that. It is nothing new or I am saying it is about efficiency. Efficiency means the job which I am able to do in 12 hours, I should be able to do in 8 hours. Many people may be doing also, more than 50% people may be doing. But the people who face this work-life balance, they are many a time misorganized about the time.
Yes.
Knowing fully well about the requirement also. They think themselves that they are doing it efficiently, but unknowingly they are doing it. For efficient time management, according to me, 2 things. One is work-related aspects, like in CPWD or anywhere also. How efficiently I am managing the database related to my field, like in government system also.
Yes.
Suppose I have to work or discuss on some data. Quite often I transfer it to my subordinate. He in turn will transfer to another subordinate. So how excellently I manage my data related to my work domain.
Yes.
That brings about efficiency. And many time pilferages are there without realizing that the time is getting wasted. Quite often people tend to waste their time in emotional outlets. So how to avoid that? One may question, do you think that one should not be emotional? We do not say that one should not be emotional, but that's what people talk high about, emotional quotient and all those things. So I for one tell so many examples of how we can make an emotional balance. There are so many concepts. It is not just theory, it is an implementable practical aspect. So once you maintain a balance, lot of time is saved in our discussions. So like in Central Vista, or earlier I was looking after stadiums project in Commonwealth Games also. So many a time our team tends to lose time on emotions.
Yes.
I guide them. That will not help us. What really will help us is coming out of this project. We need to be successful and excellent. That will wipe out all problems. So to be able to concentrate more on that, we should keep that worries away, other unnecessary emotions away. So there are methods available for. So it all depends on our how we are tuning our mindset also.
Right. Right.
In spite of that, occasional constraints, restraints are there. We have to live with that. That's a part of the package. That's nothing adverse. Nothing we should feel so much worried about it.
Yes.
So
very, very informative and very thought-provoking discussions I had with you, sir. Thank you a lot for coming to this channel and sparing your valuable time with us, sir. And I'm sure that most of our audience and viewers will learn a lot, will get a lot from this interview, sir. Thanks again for coming, sir.
Thank you, Manas, for giving me this opportunity. Rather, it is again a challenge for me. Many things which I am able to myself implement when we grow higher and higher in the hierarchy, those challenges you will also face. How to get those things done through our team, that becomes a bigger challenge. One way is a kind of constant interaction and communication with the team. And these are the opportunities through which some of the people try to get benefited. I hope so. So thank you. Thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you, sir.